Welcome to the Week 1 classroom session. Overview. This week you begin one of the most important courses you may ever take. By the week's end, you will have a better understanding of what environmental science is. You will examine the ways population growth impacts the environment, the world's use of perpetual and renewable energy sources, and other environmental issues that humans face. This week we will also consider how science works. What is the study of ecology along with the major components of ecosystems? The importance of maintaining biodiversity. The ways to view ecosystems through energy flow. Nature's cycles. Soils. How humans affect ecosystems. This week you are responsible for the following course activities. Readings. Sustaining the Earth, Chapters 1 and 2, Problems, Causes, and Sustainability, Inside Course, Energy, Matter, and Ecosystems, Inside Course, Module 01 Environmental Controversy, Science and Politics, Assignment, Module 01 Discussion, Sustainable Resources, Module 01 Live Classroom Session, Graded Activity. The next few slides will cover the grading rubrics for this week's graded activities. Module 01 Environmental Controversy, Science and Politics. The paper presents a reason case for, or against, the use of scientists in policy making. Points 40. The paper presents a reason case for, or against, the use of scientists in policy making. Points 40. Proper spelling, grammar, and language are used. Paper adheres to length requirements and APA citation. Points 20. For a total of 100 points. The response to the questions should be a 1 to 2 page paper, double-spaced. Module 01 Discussion Grading Rubric, Sustainable Resources. Student explains their opinion about the statement presented. Student post is at least 125 words and contains their own thoughts. Points 3. Response post includes reaction to another student's initial post. Points 2. For a total of 5 points. Be aware that late discussion posts are not accepted after Saturdays by 11:55 p.m. Be aware that plagiarism will not be tolerated. Now we will cover some of the main points covered in this week's readings. What is environmental science? The goals of environmental science are to learn how nature works, how the environment affects us, how we affect the environment, how we can live more sustainably without degrading our life support system. Resources, perpetual on a human timescale are continuous. Renewable, on a human time scale can be replenished rapidly, for example hours to several decades. Non-renewable, on a human time scale are in fixed supply. Humanity's ecological footprint has exceeded Earth's ecological capacity. Pollution. Pollutants can have 3 types of unwanted effects, can disrupt/degrade life support systems, can damage health and property, can create nuisances such as noise and unpleasant smells, tastes, and sights. Natural capital degradation. 5 basic causes of the environmental problems we face. Population growth. Unsustainable resource use. Poverty. Not including environmental costs of economic goods and services in their market prices. Trying to manage and simplify nature with too little knowledge about how it works. Question: can you think of any other basic causes? 4 scientific principles of sustainability: reliance on solar energy, biodiversity, population control, nutrient recycling. The nature of science. What do scientists do? Collect data, form hypotheses, develop theories, models and laws about how nature works. Scientific theories and laws, the most important results of science. Scientific theory, widely tested and accepted hypothesis. Scientific law, what we find happening over and over again in nature. The nature of ecology. Ecology is a study of connections in nature. How organisms interact with one another and with their non-living environment. Organisms and species. The different forms of life on Earth can be classified into different species based on certain characteristics. Populations, communities, and ecosystems. Members of a species interact in groups called populations. Populations of different species living and interacting in an area form a community. A community interacting with its physical environment of matter and energy is an ecosystem. What sustains life on Earth? Solar energy, the cycling of matter, and gravity sustain the Earth's life. Biodiversity loss and species extinction. Remember HIPPO. H for habitat destruction and degradation. I for invasive species. P for pollution. P for human population growth. O for overexploitation. Why should we care about biodiversity? Biodiversity provides us with natural resources, food, water, wood, energy, and medicines. Natural services, air and water purification, soil fertility, waste disposal, pest control. Aesthetic pleasure. Energy flow in ecosystems. Food chains and webs show how eaters, the eaten, and the decomposed are connected to one another in an ecosystem. Energy flow in an ecosystem, losing energy in food chains and webs. Ecological efficiency, percentage of usable energy transferred as biomass from one trophic level to the next. By the end of this week you should be able to. Objectives. Identify key terminology and key issues related to environmental science. Describe how science works. Describe kinetic and potential energy, high and low quality matter. Identify the major components of ecosystems. Define the first and second laws of thermodynamics, law of conservation of matter, law of tolerance, effect of limiting factors, and the importance of maintaining biodiversity in natural ecosystems. To receive points for this activity, visit the following site: http://mafootprint.org/en/. Then use the messages area in the course to send me the following. First line of the message you sent should be Week 1 Live Classroom answer. Points will be deducted if this is not the first line in your message for this activity. Second line your answer to, how many planet Earths would be needed if everyone lived like you. Third line your name,